Morning to all. We will be discussing today the electrocardiograph machine and electrocardiograph record. Before we go, just let us revise the conductivities of the heart. As we have seen, this is the SA node, EV node, bundle of each, branches of bundle of each, and Purkinje fibers. These are internodal pathways. And same shown here, SA node, EV node, EV bundle or bundle of each, bundle, branches of bundle of each, and Purkinje fibers. 6 was internodal pathways. There is higher conduction velocity in the atrial muscle fibers. And the same thing is on here. Into the ECG history, Willem Einthoven, who was a Dutch physician and physiologist, lived from born in 1860 and died in 1927. He invented ECG in 1895 and some modification in 1901 onwards. And several models he is produced after the 1901. And he received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1924. And for the Einthoven, it was not that the beating of the heart produced electric current, but the instrument of the time could not accurately measure the phenomena without the machine electrode directly on heart. The record through directly on heart, but not without the using electrodes on the body surface. It was not possible before that. So, series of this is the picture. Is all instrument weighing about 270 kilogram. A huge machine occupying the whole room, initial one, and it was a type of string galvanometer which he was using. And first time, this is the modern day ECG, various probes, and this is the today we are using today. These are the record which is coming out, and all the leads are inbuilt there. This is the looking to the basic principle of the electrocardiogram. What Einthoven did was recorded from the right arm, and left leg, and the right leg was earthing. Heart lying in middle of these three. These three forms the Einthoven's triangle. Heart lies holding almost in the middle of this triangle. That was the Einthoven's hypothesis. And as you know, this is the base of the heart, apex of the heart. The current flows from base to apex in this direction, a 59-degree angle downwards and toward the left side. But the main thing is why we are able to record only ECG, nothing else when you put electrode over here. Because when you put electrode in the extremities, a lot of tissues before the heart, the skin, subcutaneous tissue, there are muscles which are highly excitable, lot of blood vessels, lot of other structures over here, lot of there will be all the structures of abdomen, including the diaphragm, stomach, intestine, everything is there. Still we are only recording the ECG. Why it is so? Because the heart is an organ which has got synchronized activity. That means legs of cells of both atria are depolarized together, repolarized together. Same way for ventricles. The legs of cells of both ventricles, they depolarize together, repolarize together. So the summing up the current, something is in the surface of the heart is emitted because they sum up. While in case of skin and other tissues, even in skeletal muscle, the one is when one muscle is depolarizing muscle fiber, the neighboring muscle fiber is resting. Third one is repolarizing. So there is not a synchronized activity in all other tissues. So they will not, they when current will come out of the surface of the skeletal muscle or blood vessel or any other, then they, it will neutralize among themselves. Only the powerful current of heart, because heart is an organ which has got synchronized activity. It depolarize, the lakhs of cells will depolarize together. They will repolarize together. So that is the reason why we are able to record. We are able to record only ECG, nothing else when we record from the extremities. Then these are the fundamental principles on which the Enthovan worked. The ionic currents across the membrane generate some ionic fluxes between the adjacent cells on cell membrane. When we record both, the ECG is a direct reflection when we are recording both electrode from surface of the cell. If one is electrode inside the cell, one outside cell, it is called, here the membrane potentials. We are microelectrodes we are using, one outside cell, one inside the cell. But when we both on the cell membrane, ultimately both on the surface of the body, that is ECG. Current which in the skin detected by electrode placed in specific location extremities, configured to the leads. It is highly sensitized one. So the electrograph is an instrument that record the electrical activity of the heart. The electrogram is a record. This is it. And you can see various places in the body. Work on the principle of galvanometer. Just like it is a galvanometer type of ECG machine is nothing but a type of galvanometer. It's called string galvanometer. Electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force, current or vector has both magnitude and direction. This force is directed to the positive electrode of the lead. ECG will record upward or positive deflection. When we record, when current is coming toward the positive pole, toward the positive, because there is a, when you come towards, naturally it is attraction, it is positivity. So when the current is coming toward the positive electrode of the lead is a pair of electrons, positive and negative both. When current is coming toward the positive electrode, it is a positive deflection in ECG. When the lead is away from the positive pole, it is a negative deflection. And because the muscles, all heart, the more than 80% of the muscular volume is formed by the left ventricular wall and septum there, interventricular septum. So they form the dominant part of the heart as far as the ECG is concerned. The machine is a voltmeter, galvanometer. They record the changing electrical activity of the heart between the positive and electron. And the electrocardiography is a process of recording these electrical changes. These are called standard limb leads. They are also called Enthovan leads. These are called bipolar limb leads also. This is, as I told you, this is the triangle formed by right arm, left hand, left leg. This is Enthovan triangle. Heart like in middle of this. And see, various leads are formed by the Enthovan. When you tie between right arm and left arm, this is lead 1, right and left arm. Here you have to remember the right arm is always negative because current is going from here to here, this side. So away from the right arm. So right arm is always negative. Left leg is always positive. The current is always coming toward the left leg, from the base of the heart to the apex of the heart. So while trying the standard limb leads, you have to remember that right arm is always negative and left arm is always positive. Only two things you remember, you will have any difficulty. In comparison to the right arm, this will be positive, left arm is positive. And in comparison to left leg, it will be negative. So very easy now. Lead 1 is tied between right arm, negative to the right arm, positive to the left arm. Lead 2 is tied to the negative to the right arm, positive to the left leg. Lead 3 tied between left leg and left arm, positive to the left leg because it is always positive, and negative to the left arm. These are the standard limb leads or Enthovan leads. They are bipolar limb. Two limbs are used at a time, and these are the record we'll get later on. And the Wilson had modified these device, the unipolar leads. Lead is a pair of electrodes. So one out of two were made almost zero. That was the principle of Wilson. And so it has devised the unipolar leads. When the unipolar leads are tied on chest wall, this is called chest leads. So when the exploring electron of the unipolar lead is tied on the chest wall, this is V1, V2, 3, 3 because they are different chest leads. Wheel is Wilson's exploring electrode, and one is the position, first position in the recording. When it is on the fourth intercostal space on the right side of the external body, this is V1. This is from here, when the exploring electron put over here, it is V1 lead. When electron is put on the left side of the fourth intercostal space external body, it is V2. When the mid-clavicular line in the fifth intercostal space is V5. Entry axial line in the fifth intercostal space is V5. Mid-axial line in the fifth intercostal space is V6. And between V2 and V4 there is V3. They are the fixed positions of the precordium on chest wall in the fourth and fifth intercostal space. And what you record, these leads will be very near to the heart. They give very good record of the. So electrodes are the actual place on the surface. So electrode RA means right arm. Where it is placed, the right arm. Thick muscle को अवॉइड करना है, right arm को आपको tie करना है. Then electrode name LA means left arm. In the same location in the right arm placed. Sorry, in left arm. Same location, left arm. It is LA. Right leg, this is for earthing. And then left leg, it's for our use. That is same location in the left leg. Avoid bony prominences. These are the bipolar limb leads. We are using two load. So this is when it is tied between left arm and right arm, as you have seen, lead 1, 2, 3. Then these are the various electrodes, the placement of the electrode, where we put it. V1 in the fourth intercostal space, just on the right side of the sternal body, as I told you. V2 on the left side, and the fourth intercostal space in the sternal border on the left side. Then between V2 and V4, V3, I told you. V4 in the mid clavicular line in the fifth intercostal space. V5 in the entry axial line in the fifth intercostal space. V6 in the mid axial line in the fifth intercostal space. So when we read record, there are 12 pairs of lead. 12 lead. One lead means 2 electrodes, pair of electrodes, plus the accessory. So you have you will see later on, otherwise you will not understand at present. Same thing, lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. This is lead 2. This is lead 1, lead 2. Right arm is always negative, so negative tied, positive one. And lead 3, then tied between these two. Documented you will see later on. You will understand it correctly, you will not understand it. Now by this, what is the record? When you get the record, the standard limb lead 2, for example, standard limb lead 2, if you get the record, what are the various waves and intervals and segment you will see. These are calibrated, you can see this is calibrated graph is there. In this is record. The record first is the P wave, then there is a flat line, LSH, then there is a negative Q wave, big R wave, negative S wave, then there is a T wave. U is not usually seen. So P, Q, R, S, T. These are the waves. That is, waves means deflected from the baseline. This is baseline. This is isoelectric line, zero potential line. Above or down, deflection. There are the waves. When it is above deflection, it is called positive wave. P, R and T are the positive waves. Q and S are the negative waves. Q is not always seen. So the positive wave P, R and T, negative wave Q and S, Q may not be always seen. So this is in lead 2, but you change the lead, this configuration will change. So let us understand this. What are the causes of the P wave? This is atrial depolarization it is on, but actually in a very accurate way it is called ongoing atrial depolarization. When the ongoing atrial depolarization is going on, when the depolarization starts from atria and it is spreading both atria, it's fully depolarized, you don't record anything, you record a flat line. You will only record the difference of potential between two spots. Okay? So you will record only when the depolarization is going on in both atria. It is spreading in the atria. A fully depolarized atria, you will record this zero line at the end of P, beginning of Q. So this is called PR segment. This is PR segment. You will see here. You will see later on. So this is the very important to understand. Any line which is completely on zero line, it is called segment. In a duration, it is a time duration which is on zero line in a ECG record. So, but interval which all includes the isoelectric line, zero line plus the waves is called interval. This is PR interval. Beginning of P to beginning of QRS complex. Why it is called PR interval? Because Q are not always present. In that, so R is always present, so it is called PR interval. When Q is present, it up to the beginning of Q. So PR interval is from beginning of PU to beginning of QRS complex, beginning of the QRS complex. This is called PR interval. This is very important interval. It is just the duration, which includes P wave as well as the PR segment. Then another interval is QT interval from beginning of QRS complex to end of T wave. This is another important wave. This is total time taken for it is a duration. Total time taken for the ventricle to get depolarized and repolarized. The QRS complex is ongoing depolarization. This is like a ventricular depolarization. But actually it is ongoing ventricular depolarization. This gives QRS complex. The deflection of QRS complex. So this is the ongoing ventricular depolarization. This is the exact word. May not be in books, but you have to remember it. When fully ventricle is depolarized, both ventricles are fully depolarized, you will get zero line. Because you will not record anything. Once you record only difference of potential on the surface. When everything is depolarized, you will see negative on the surface of the cell. So both electrodes you will see negative. When there is an ongoing depolarization under one electrode, it will be positivity, under one electrode, it will be negativity. So you will record the deflection. So this is the ongoing depolarization of both ventricles. It is shown in form of QRS complex. Then ongoing repolarization of both ventricle will go in form of T wave. T wave is repolarization wave. Ongoing ventricular repolarization, that will give T wave from beginning of T to end of T from here. It is a big wave duration wise. So let us see what is segment in a ECG record. Segment is a duration which is always on zero line. The duration which is always on zero. For example, PR segment is from end of P wave to beginning of Q wave when Q is present. It is called PR segment because Q is not always present. So PR segment is from end of P to beginning of Q. That is PR segment. PR interval is from beginning of P to beginning of Q. It is an interval which interval is always includes waves as well as total duration. This is equal to interval. QRS complex, T wave and all everything. Segment is just on zero line in a physiological ECG record, normal ECG record. The PR segment is end of P to begin of Q when Q is present, otherwise R. So P, this is PR segment. Another segment, very important, most important segment is ST segment, end of S wave to beginning of the T wave. This is called ST segment. Segment is always on zero line. ST segment. ST segment, the end of S to beginning of Q. This is all zero line. And then last one is TP segment. At the end of T, the Q is not present, very rarely present. It's on here. But end of T to the beginning of next P. This is called TP segment. So you have three segments: TP segments, PR segments, and ST segments. And you have two important intervals: PR interval and QT interval. PR interval is total time taken for impulse to reach up to the first part of ventricle. This is PR interval. And this, the QT interval, is total time taken for ventricular depolarization and repolarization. This is 0.40 second. This is 0.12, 0.16 second. 0.12 when the cardiac cycle is 0.80 second. The PR interval is 0.12 to 1.16 second. This is very important interval. While in segment, the most important segment is ST segment, end of S to beginning with T, because this is always on zero line. Even in abdominal ECG, ST segment is on zero line. The most important thing we have to remember. You can see here, these are the red one is the segments are shown here. Red one segment. This is PR segment. This is ST segment. End of S to beginning of T. That is the ST segment. And PR is end of P to the beginning of the QRS complex. That is PR segment. While interval here is on PR, the beginning of P, the beginning of QRS complex. This is PR interval. And QT interval, beginning of QRS complex to the end of T. This is QT. So through our interval, third segment is not shown here. It is a end of T. This one is TP segment. End of T to beginning of the next P. This is TP segment. TP segment, the long segment. So segment are usually on zero line in a physiological. But abnormally, PR segment and TP segment may not be zero. It may shift above or down. But most important, ST segment is always on zero line, even in abdominal ECG. That is most important. We have to remember. We are the same thing: P, QRS complex, T. Then this is TP segment, P. This is PR segment. Then Q, QRS complex, T. This is ST segment. This is PR segment, end of P to beginning of Q. But PR interval is from beginning of P to beginning with QRS complex. This is PR interval. Interval may not be on zero line. It may include waves also, but segment is always on zero line. PR segment, ST segment. This is TP segment. They are usually on zero line. But the QT interval may not be beginning of QRS complex to end of T wave from here to here. Long one. QT interval. Same thing with chest leads V1, V2, V3 between these two, V4, mid clavicular line, V5 anti-axial line, mid axial line, V6. These are the chest leads. Same way, you really tie it, you want to tie it, you will have a jelly, and these are, this is a rubber ball, if you press the rubber ball, then deflate it, it will stick over here because of the vacuum, and there is jelly, no air will pass here and there, so it will stick. This is stick at the precordium, surface of the chest wall. That part of chest wall which is overlying the heart is called precordium. This is V1, fourth intercostal space on right side, V2, fourth intercostal space on left side near sternal border. This is V4 in mid clavicular line, in fifth intercostal space, anti-axial line in fifth intercostal space, mid axial line in fifth intercostal space. V4, V5, V6. And V3 is between V2 and V4. These are the chest lead which are tied. Same thing, repeating again. What are the waves and what are the positive waves, what are the negative waves, and what are the intervals and segments. Again repeating the smallest curve. One thing which I forgot to mention is the smallest curve on the vertical line is 0.1 millivolt is equal to 0.1. So directly you can measure the capacity, how much amplitude is there. So smallest square on vertical line is 0.1 millivolt. And a smallest call in the square in the horizontal line is equal to 0.0 here, 0.04 second. And from here to here, smallest square and horizontal line is 0.04 second. Is a time. It is showing time. This is showing millivolts. So smallest square is equal to 0.1 millivolt, and here smallest square is equal to 0.04 second. Now let us measure the amplitude of the R wave, for example. So smallest square is equal to 0.1 millivolt. So here we can start from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0.6 millivolt is the amplitude of the R wave. Amplitude of the R wave. And amplitude of the P wave is hardly 0.1 millivolt over here. T about 0.2 millivolt. So about 0.2 millivolt is the amplitude of the T wave. Same way here R wave, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 6, more than 6.6 millivolt is the height of the R wave. So you can measure this. Duration we want to measure with the help of 0.04 second in the smallest square. For example, PR interval if we want to measure. So this is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. It is about slightly more than say. So 0.12 seconds, 0.13 second you can say. 0.13 second is the PR interval over here. Then it should be 0.12 to 0.16 the normal PR interval. If it is more than 0.16 it is abnormal. And this is now QT interval. You can see the measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 0.36. It is about in and around 0.40 second. The duration of the it is about duration of the QRS QT interval. There is QRS complex, ST segment and T everything included. So you can again count it from here to here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 9. So 0.36 is near to 0.40, what we say. There is a QT interval. Now segments, let us see the segments. So segment is always an isoelectric line. It is not shown here. PR segment is the end of P wave. It is beginning of QRS complex. So 1 and 2. The PR segment is 0.08 second. 0.08 second. Where PR interval is 0.12, 0.13 second. Because it includes P wave also. Second is ST segment. You can see here 1, 2, 3. So 0.12 second is ST segment duration. And then TP segment, it is shown here, the biggest segment. End of T to beginning of the next P. So this is shown is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, so 0.28, so about 0.29 second is the TP segment, biggest segment. So this way you can calculate from the because there is it is calibrated paper with the ECG recorded. You can count everything. And again over here you can see the PR 1, 2, 3, 0.13 second here. Then here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0.36 second the QT interval. And R you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost same. It is 0.55 millivolt here. And here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0.55 millivolts here also height of the R wave. So R wave physiologically may be usually 0.5 to 1 millivolt, up to 1 millivolt may be there. Height of the R wave in lead 2, other leads different thing. Same way, ST segment 1 to 3, 0.12 second. TP segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is 0.28 second, more than that, 0.29 second. The same, almost same thing are there, same individual recorded. So this is about the, this is a single, you can see, this is the P followed by PR segment, followed by QRS complex, followed by ST segment, T wave, and TP segment. And this, you have three positive wave in the ECG. P wave, then you have R wave, big R wave, and T wave, three positive waves, and Q and S negative waves. Q may not be always present. So these are the, it lead to physiological conditions. These are the wave. Any wave means leads to a deflection from the zero line, above or down. Above is positive wave, below deflection negative. And the same thing, you must have mastery over the intervals and segments. In segment, most importantly the ST segment, because it is zero line always on ECG. In any abnormal ECG, where is zero line, sometimes difficult to find out. You see the ST segment, draw the zero line from there. This is always on zero line, even in abnormal ECG. This may not be zero, TP segment may not be zero line. In abnormal heart, we see how. And the interval, very PR interval, in the interval, PR interval is most important, because it is time taken for impulse to travel from the SN node to the first part of ventricle. When it is lengthened, there is, that means heart block, impulse is delayed. So, because these are very important, that's why we are repeating it. It is written, it is wrong. PR interval is very accurate, 0.12 to 0.16 second, that's all. It is more than 0.16, it is abnormal, delayed. And then a duration of QRS complex is very accurate, 0.08 second, usually 0.08 second, or less. It is not lengthened, it is 0.10 second, it is not so. QRS complex duration is in a physiological heart up to 0.08 second. This is beginning of Q to the end of S wave, the duration of QRS complex. Then is QT interval, 0.40 second, depending on the heart rate. It may be less also, it may be slightly more, 0.43 and so on. But when the heart rate increase, it may be less than 0.40. So this is the QT interval. And RR interval, another important thing is RR interval. This is peak of the R wave to another peak of the R wave. This is very important duration. Q to RR interval. Let us count it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So RR interval over here is about 0.72 seconds. 0.72 seconds. So when a ECG record is given to you, this is most important thing. सबसे पहले जो सीखना है वो to count the RR interval. We will count again, so we may not have mistake. Top of R wave to top of another R wave. So this is the one. So this is one including the. These are 5 segments. These are 5 year, 5 year, 5 year. So 15 are over. This is 16, 17, 18. We are correct. So 0.72, because the prominent lines, they include the 5 smallest squares. So 5 square, 5 square, 5 square, 15 square, 16, 17, 18. So 0.72 is the RR interval. The first thing which you have the in the practical, you have the ECG record is given to you. First thing you have to know to see the count the heart rate from ECG. Actually, from this heart rate should not be counted because a heart rate is counted from the lead V1, which is long lead is taken because many RR spikes should be seen. You have to see successive RR intervals. RR interval, then another RR interval, another RR interval. When all are equal, for example, 18 here, 18 here, 18 here, that means the rhythm is regular. First thing in the ECG which you have to see is the cardiac rhythm. If the rhythm is regular, then heart rate accurately you can count from the lead V1. V1 long is taken. Otherwise, only two spikes are taken, other leads. V1 lead, which is very near to the SN node. RR spike you have to count in V1 lead. And there are many such spikes will be there. Compare them. If the RR interval is saying 0.72 second, then 0.72 second, 0.72 second, this means rhythm is regular. You will have the. Then the next is you count the heart rate. How to count heart rate? Because RR interval is 0.72. That means 0.72 time is causes one heartbeat. Then in 60 second, how many heartbeat? 0.72, one beat. 60 second, how many beat? Easily you can count. It will come around, in this case, around below 70, about 70 it will come, or below 70 it will come. When it's 0.80, it's 75 comes, so it will be less than 70 will be the heart rate on this case. So very easily you can count. The first thing is rhythm, then count interval how at 0.72 seconds, one beat, 60 second how many beats. You just count it by maths and then you can get the heart rate. So this is the first is you get the rhythm of the heart, then rate of the heart. Then you see the reading, you see the intervals, PR interval, UT interval. Then you see segments all on zero line or not. This is first you see the ST segment, this is on zero line. Then PR segment on zero line, TP segment on zero line. Then you see the waves. You interpret the waves. First P wave, it is height of the P wave, duration of the P wave. Height of the P wave should be about 0.2 millivolts or below, it is below 0.1 millivolt. Then duration should be P wave duration, beginning of P, end of P. So here it is about 0.05 second. So up to it is 0.07 second. Up to 0.07 second P wave duration is there. Then in QRS complex you can see here 0.08 second duration of the QRS complex. QT interval 0.36 second. Then see the height of the R wave, that is very important. In lead 2, it should be 0.5 to 1 millivolt. Here it is 0.6 millivolt. So 0.2 to 0.3 millivolt should be height of the T wave. Here it is about 0.2 millivolts over height of the T wave. The duration of the T wave in this case is about 0.12 second. It may be up to 0.27 second, maybe the duration of the T wave. It may be flattened wave physiologically. And it is the first wave affected in the cardiac ischemia. So we can, in this way, we can analyze the whole ECG. Then in different, this is in lead 2. In other leads, the configuration will be different. We will see later on if it is available with us. This is a difference is there. This is some mistake. It is ongoing depolarization of the cause of the waves. P wave, cause of the P wave, ongoing depolarization of both atria. Cause of the QRS complex, ongoing depolarization of both ventricle. Cause of the T wave, ongoing repolarization of both ventricles. Then PR interval cause is the time taken for the interval to travel from SN node to first part of ventricle. first part of ventricle. This is the PR interval, usually 0.12 to 0.16 second physiologically. Then QT interval, time taken for the ventricular depolarization and repolarization, about 40 seconds. Then duration of the QRS complex, up to 0.08 second. This is physiological condition. S3 segment must be on zero line. The T, the height should be 0.2 to 0.3 millivolt and duration may be up to 0.27 seconds. So these are the levels you have to analyze. Either you can calculate the rate from ECG, as I told you, it should be usually V1 lead, it is long taken. RR interval you count how many squares in between two R waves. So here it is 5, 5, 15, 16, 17, 18. The 0.27, 0.72 second is the time taken for one beat. So 0.72 in one beat, then 0.60, then 60 second how many beats. You can calculate the heart rate from ECG. Then rhythm you can calculate if these are interval successive are equal, then the rhythm is regular. So these are the various. The ECG is a big chapter, take more than one lecture. So these are the action potential of different parts of the cardiac muscles. SI node, it is like this because the resting membrane potential is very less, and the threshold potential is -40 as you have seen. Slow diastolic depolarization. Resting membrane potential never a straight line SI node. Slow diastolic depolarization, again firing on the impulse like this. And this is in the ventricular muscle like this. Impulse come from above. Although each and every cardiac muscle can generate impulse, but usually don't generate. And then sudden depolarization, then some repolarization, then long plateau. Then there is a slow repolarization, and then this is ventricular muscle type. And others are in between. This is the same thing which is shown in the magnified way. The smallest square in the square is 0.1 millivolt, and in horizontal line it is 0.04 second. So you can see here the height. This is zero line, height of the R wave. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost 1 millivolt, more than 0.9 millivolt. Here, big wave is R wave, lead 2. Other lead is different. You can count here the PR interval. Beginning of P from here to beginning of QRA complex over here. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means 0.16 second. So up to 0.16 is normal. What is the significance of PR interval? Time taken for impulse after it generated in SI node. How much time it takes to reach to the ventricle. This is the very important interval. Up to 0.16 second. 0.12, 0.16 second. That is the more than 0.16 it is delayed. There is some block. So this is the PR interval. In the height of P wave, here it is 0.1 millivolt up to 0.7 is the duration. Beginning of P, the beginning of this is about 0.08 second. So this is normal. Here see the T wave 0.2 to 0.3 second is the height. So it is 1, 2 the point up to point. It is 0.2 millivolt. Duration should be up to 0.27 second. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to above. It is about 0.2 second. It can be up to 0.27 second also. So this is T is normal. Then ST segment must be on zero line. End of S to beginning of the T. The ST segment very important. Always a zero line. Then draw the zero line from ST segment. So this is PR segment, end of P. Whereas this is on zero line, and TP segment is also on zero line. So this is about how to read the ECG. This is Antoine's triangle. The maths the Antoine. Still today it is all the principles are correct today. This is the lead one. because I told you right arm is always negative, left leg is always positive. So lead 1 is tied between right and left arm, so negative in the right arm, positive in the left arm. This is always negative, so lead 2 is tied between right arm and left leg, so it is negative. Here it is positive, here it is always positive. So in lead 3, positive tied to the left leg and negative to the left arm. This is lead 1, 2, 3, standard limb leads or Einthoven's leads. This is abnormal ECG. This is very important. When you have the heart attack, as we say, there is a, it looks like ST depression. All clinical physicians, if you anybody, even cardiologists, you ask them, they will show it is a ST depression, and they diagnose according to that. Actually, it is not ST depression, because I told you ST is never depressed. It is always a zero line. So draw a line from ST segment from here. This is real zero line. So the TP segment and the PR segment, they are elevated. The TP segment is elevated. So we can tell it elevation of the TP segment, not depression of the ST segment. ST segment never depressed or elevated. So this is elevation of the TP segment. And you diagnose this. If there is microinfection, it is elevation of TP segment or depression of TP segment. Then ST elevation is on, it is depression of the TP segment. This is a real thing you have to understand. Why it is so, we will understand in the next lecture. This is shown ST depression. Actually, it is TP elevation. This is ST elevation. It is shown like this, ST elevation. Actually, it is depression of the TP segment. This is TP segment. It is depressed. So in physiology, we know the real causes. We can know the same thing is on lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. In comparison to chest wall. See? Then we will discuss the other part of the ECG and the next class. Thank you very much all for just rapidly revising the figures, because I have myself drawn certain figures. The first figure which I shown you, how the very far away, and we are recording ECG from here and here. We are only recording ECG and nothing else. Why? That is very real magic. Why we are able to record only ECG, nothing else? Because of the unity. Unity is a great thing. जिसकी यूनिटी होती है वो स्ट्रांग होता है, उसको दुनिया में कोई हरा नहीं सकता है. So unity, the legs of the both muscles of atria are depolarized together, repolarized together. So they emit a significant current on the surface of the heart and ultimately in surface of the body. Even the some current is neutralized in between. Still the significant current is emitted on the surface of the body, right arm, left leg. This is the real principle of beginning of the ECG. Why we are able to record the ECG, nothing else. These are the things we have seen. The same thing in the Einthoven's triangle. How the chest leads are timed: V1, V2, V3, V4, V6. In the fourth intercostal space at right side, fourth intercostal space on the left side, then the anterior midclavicular line in the V4. Midclavicular line in the fifth intercostal space, anterior line in the fifth intercostal space, mid-axial line in the fifth intercostal space. Between these two, there is V3. They are the chest leads. Augmented leads you will see in the next class. The electrodes, there are the right arm avoiding thick muscle, left arm, then the right leg for earthing, left leg, then chest lead V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, 6. The ways, same thing, V1 to V6. This we have seen. This is PR interval. The ongoing atrial depolarization causes P wave. Ongoing ventricular depolarization causes the QRS complex. Ongoing ventricular depolarization causes the T wave. These are the various. These are the segments are always on zero line. PR segment, end of P, the beginning of QRS complex. ST segment, end of S to beginning of the T, always on zero line. And the TP segment, lastly, from end of T to beginning of the P wave. This is TP segment. And the interval, it concludes the waves also. Beginning of P to the beginning of QRS complex, PR interval, very important, 0.12 to 0.16. Then beginning of QRS complex to end of T wave, 0.40 second QT interval. Same thing, how to tie it. So, thank you very much.